We're going to be talking about when you're in a relationship, right? Or when you're trying to find the right person. Do you like try to find the right person for you, or do you like kind of mold the person you're with already? Hey guys, welcome to the Block Podcast. Once again, it's your boy Vic, your boy Julian, and your girl Kimberly. And today's episode is very special because we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people probably have gone through or like have experienced in their relationship. So we're going to be talking about when you're in a relationship, right? Or when you're trying to find the right person. Do you like try to find the right person for you, or do you like kind of mold the person you're with already? So that's a conversation that's been going around on social media. So we just wanted to talk about it a little bit. And I know Kimberly and Julian, I know you guys have a lot of things to say about this particular topic.
Thoughts, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know the drill. Come on.
Yeah, you know the
Come on,
drill.
you know the drill.
Ladies
Hey,
go
come
first.
on, ladies go first. Come on.
Yeah, let's go, Kimberly.
Wow. Okay, this is a really big topic.
It's a big, okay.
This is big. Okay. So essentially, is it okay to like find someone that maybe isn't everything that you want, but then mold them into what you want? Or just be like, or wait for the right person?
Or just wait for the right person.
Okay, I'm a firm believer in waiting for the right person, because I think that trying to mold someone into what you want can go left. And I think that a lot of people do that. Like I know I can speak for myself and like my friends in the past, especially when you're like younger, like early 20s, early to mid 20s, you're like, you feel like, oh my God, this person, I'm never going to find another person or another person like this. So let me just work with him, let me just try and see if I can, he'll change. I'll help him. But like,
sometimes he doesn't.
It hardly ever does anyone change.
Okay, so my thing with that is, right? So if you let's say you're dating somebody, or like you're in a relationship with somebody, like usually people are not usually like everything that we want. They have a lot of things that we want, and then we kind of decide like, do they have things that, like, the things they don't have, do we actually care about them too much? Like,
absolutely.
like it's like, like certain flaws. Can I live with certain flaws? Yeah, can I live with this kind of things?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like that topic, that this conversation is just kind of like saying that like if I find someone like that like is great person, we have a great match and stuff like that, but the person is not exactly
everything that you always wanted.
Everything. Like I can kind of like mold the person into like this person. Like it's hard. Like sometimes you don't even succeed doing that. Sometimes, because sometimes you do. Sometimes
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think I'm a firm believer in like, you have to, when you meet someone, you have to ask yourself the question: if this person never changes, if this person never changes, if the way they are now is the way they're gonna be for the rest of their lives, could I live with this?
Damn, that's a good point.
If I go into it thinking that I'm going to change you and you don't change, I'm setting myself up for disappointment.
For real.
So I'd rather just be like, can I take you as you are right now? And if the answer is no, I'm moving on. But if the answer is, yeah, you're not perfect, but the things that, like you said, the things that are not great are things that are not a big deal to me. Maybe you're like not the neatest, cleanest person. I don't mind. I like to tidy up and clean or whatever. Like that's not a big deal to me. Or I can be like, you know what, it's fine, somewhere in the future we'll hire a house cleaner.
We'll figure out something.
Like that to me is not a big deal. Now let that slide. But if you're the type of person who is like, a serial cheater, I'm not gonna be like, oh, we'll go to therapy and fix this. I don't have time for that.
Okay, well, I feel like serial cheating is a little far.
Yeah. Because that's like that is completely different from like.
But no, there are women. There are people who are doing that though.
Yeah,
who are
but
like,
I don't think. No, I don't. Yeah. People say that, but I don't think. Go ahead, because I don't want to.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say is just like, because I'm kind of like in the process of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've noticed like in my relationship, it's like, there's some things I like, some things I don't like. And I was having a conversation with my lady friends about it.
Exactly.
And I made a list of like my non-negotiables.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of
That's
things
a
is
good
just
thing
like,
to do.
okay,
smart.
if you don't have some of these things, okay, but there are some things like I need you to have.
Yeah.
If you don't have these, we're not gonna work. Because like you said, if they don't change, they don't change. But
Right.
like these are some things, like 3 to 4 things, not a lot. But like if you don't have these, we're not gonna work.
It can't work.
So like, not that I'm gonna mold her to the rest of the things, but it's just like these things you have to have. The others like I can work with here or there.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, cool. If you have it, fantastic. But it's like there's like 4 things. Like okay, if you don't have it, we're not gonna work at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I think it's good to have a core set of things that you're like, I'm not moving, I'm not budging on these things.
Boundaries.
I know that's different for everyone. I know like for me it's just like integrity, like kindness, like not being violent or aggressive when we have arguments. Like if we have an argument and you like your voice, like you're beginning to like get angry, like that kind of sends me, I know that's a trigger for me personally because of my history. So like there are just certain things like that for me would be like a non-negotiable. Like I'm not going to therapy with nobody.
Really?
I'm dating.
Really?
If I'm in my marriage and we have issues, then or we need a little tuning up, little fine tuning, I'll go to therapy. But I'm not gonna be dating you, or you're my boyfriend, you've been my boyfriend for like 6 months and we're going to therapy. If we have to go to therapy as just dating, bye. I don't have time.
But I hear what you're saying, but like I feel like, okay, if you want to build something with somebody, obviously that person is still technically your boyfriend.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I want to build a relationship with you and I want this thing to be long lasting, right? Like there's no problem with going to therapy.
Like pre-marriage counseling, yeah.
No, not only pre-marriage. Like,
but
no,
outside of that,
like everybody needs therapy.
Why are
bro.
we counseling?
Wait. What if you guys are dating like you've been dating like 2-3 years, right? And there's a problem.
See, there's an age difference here, so you have to remember. I'm in my.
Okay.
I'm early 30s.
I'm about to say no, it does matter.
I'm early 30s. I'm not dating nobody for 3 years. First of all.
Okay.
By the time we get to like 6 months, we should
say,
know where we're going.
Type stuff.
You should know before that, to be
Even
honest.
that, you should know like, oh, this is the like.
Bro, before 6 months, nah. But keep going.
But you're young though.
Keep going. Nah,
You're
like
much younger than me.
No, even if I was
go breeze past that. No. What do you mean?
Like you say, you should know already. But
you
6
should.
months?
I feel like
if
you guys are together, if you're in a real relationship, talking, hanging out, doing whatever for 6 months, you should know. Like, all right, I really see her as being. Like,
I'm not saying you're gonna propose.
Yeah. We're not saying you're
not
gonna
gonna propose, but you should have an idea in your head of.
I mean, you can have.
Can I spend the rest of my life?
No, you can have all the ideas you want, but I feel like 6 months is not enough. You need way longer because it's like, it's like.
How much time do you need?
No, it's not even about a time, but I just feel like 6 months. Like if I meet someone now, and like let's say the next 6 months, let me know if this person is gonna be like my forever person. It's like I don't even know you enough in 6 months.
How do you not know them enough though?
I feel like you know them, but like you don't understand 6 months. That's like
6
January to like imagine.
I can know. This is why I
like you can have an idea, bro, but you can't
know.
know.
Okay,
like,
I don't know if you ever.
Some people, I think it depends on the person. Like, some people can know.
Some people know in the first week.
Some people know in the first week. Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like they probably have been with like 100 toxic people, and they find one good guy, and they're like, yo, that's the guy.
No, but that's real though. Don't discount that.
No, I'm not discounting that.
Because sometimes when you've had, if you've been had bad experiences, when you find the right person, you know immediately because you know exactly what you want, exactly what you don't want.
Right. That's true.
You've been molded low key to that point, kind of, because you've been through like so many bad things. You're like, okay, I know what I don't want in a relationship.
Exactly.
I know what I do want. So when you find this, like, okay, yeah,
that was me.
But I feel like sometimes too, a lot of people, when they go into relationships, they're looking for things that their exes didn't have. Like I'm like, okay, my ex was not great at my ex was not great at planning dates.
Mm-hmm.
The next guy I want to date, he has to be great at planning dates. All of a sudden, planning dates becomes a top priority for this person when it's like technically like something that like, you know what I mean? It's not really. I feel like a lot of people go into relationships and then like things that are lacking from their ex, then they try to find it from like their next.
I mean, I don't know if that's a bad thing though.
It's not a bad thing, but I think it's not a bad thing. But sometimes it's like you kind of miss out. You kind of, when you do that, sometimes you forget about the good things that he was good at. So you forget about that and you take those for granted because you're looking at the flaws.
You're like laser focused on this.
On the things that he's not great at. So it's like you're missing out on that. And this person might have this, but not have like the other things that you're. Like, so that it all boils down to like what you guys were saying about like if you have a partner, you gotta kind of find the things that you can settle with and the things you can absolutely not settle with.
So okay, I have a question. So there's like this thing I've been seeing a lot in like the Christian community, because a lot of like Christians they'll get married young. They'll get married like 23, 22. This thing called like IKEA marriages.
I see that a lot. And like all my Christian friends are married.
Yeah. But like honestly, coming like as a young kid who like really.
I'm Christian though, by the way. So it's like,
but
all the really like.
I am. I get it. No,
yeah, like, I get it. I'm about to say so I get it. But talking about that, have you ever heard of IKEA marriages?
No, I've never.
IKEA marriages?
IKEA?
No.
Furniture store?
So
So tell me.
No, I've never heard of that.
I'm not even laugh. Tell me.
Okay, so basically what they are is kind of what you were talking about. They kind of like have their list of negotiables, like non-negotiables.
Yeah.
But everything else, they just like build it together. So you're not necessarily building the person, but you build the lifestyle and you build like the surrounding of what you want. So like if that person's not where you would want them to be financially or where you would want them to be like physically or whatever, you guys get together like, okay, we understand this is where we want to get to, but we're going to build and we're going to get there.
That makes sense.
I feel like for my age, that would be okay.
Yeah.
But someone that's a little bit older like how...
Because also when you're older, I feel like it's harder for you to be molded.
Yeah.
You already have like all your like
Yeah.
culture, your preferences. The way you are is kind of harder to even like adjust to, because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when you're younger, it's still easier to like tell, like, you know, kind of mold
you have
into
your
things.
whole like 20s and 30s to like build certain things. But I feel like if you're like in your 30s, in your 40s, and you're still not married and you're looking for a partner, it's really hard to be like, oh, let's grow together financially. Like that's really hard. I think I think at a bare minimum you have to have the tools. So you have to maybe have the, whether it be the education, the training, and whatever, and then it's just like, which makes it easier. But like I feel like me personally, I've been there. Like I've spent my 20s doing the whole we're building thing, where it's like, oh, we're building, we're struggling, we're in the trenches, we're trying to that didn't even pay off in the end. I will never do that again. Like I'm never, and it's just a matter of
with a modern thing, for example, right? I wouldn't say, okay, let me give you an example of this modern thing. Like my girlfriend, before I dated her, I liked her for a while, but first of all, I wasn't ready for a relationship. That was partly why it didn't work out initially. But another reason why it didn't work out was I felt like certain things that she did I didn't like, or like she didn't do certain things that were important to me. So like initially, because I wasn't ready, obviously, I also wasn't willing to like work with her on those things. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm not gonna have to. I don't want to deal with this because I don't want to teach you this stuff. It can be a burden to you as well. Yeah. But the thing is, after some time, like I finally figured out like this is the girl I really want to be with. Like so, then at that point I was like, okay, now I'm willing to like teach her this stuff, trying to like mold. I'm not molding her, but like I'm trying to like, like for example, I'm gonna give you a straight example of like what molding can be. Like I can be a very devoted Christian guy,
right?
And then you are not very devoted Christian girl, but I can see potential in you that, like, you can possibly go to church. You're a Christian girl, but you're not like every day going to church kind of girl. Right. I can kind of mold you into going to church with me
Okay.
more often, and then your mindset is like, oh, let's go to church. When are we going to
But you
church?
at least have a foundation though, because the person is already a Christian, even though they're not like devoted, going to church every Sunday or whatever.
Right.
Like, yeah, and I feel like even me with my my partner, like he's like church every Sunday, like super devoted Christian.
Right.
Like Christianity and like
Super
it's
devoted
super important to me too, but I haven't gone to church in years.
Right, I haven't gone.
Right? But that's
I
something
don't
that
want to
he
get into that because I know this guy's a pastor over here.
Right.
Okay, all
But
right.
I'm not about to get into that, bro. Like, I
He's
know
like, "I gotta
the
push
reason
it."
I have, but whatever, we don't have to get into that.
No, but I'm saying like so that's something that I feel like
It's
because
serious.
I at least have that foundation, that's something that we can work on. We can like
Yeah.
like I'm already like yeah. We'll go to church every Sunday eventually. You know what I mean? Like that's something we can work on. But then there are certain things that are just like it's just so like they're just big things, and it's
That
like
you can't work
it's
on.
not like it's not like you're here and you're here and you have to come this way. It's like you're here and the person is like way over here, and that's a huge pull, and it can be a lot of burden for one person to carry.
But I think you also kind of said a good thing. I don't know if you meant to, but you were like, okay, we'll get there. So it seems like you're open to
for sure
getting there. And I think that's a big part too. Because if the person's not open to doing it,
That's
it's
true.
like, this is who I am, this is how I am. But in your mind, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get there. Like, if they don't like going to the gym, but you're like super fit, you want to do all these things, and then it's like, I don't want to go to the gym.
Right.
But that's different from, okay, yeah, I see, I'm gonna start going.
I might go
Let me
once in a
start
while.
off one day.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's a lot harder to try to like mold somebody or try to get them to do something when they're just completely
Off that.
versus if they're like, okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll try it.
And I think that a sign that it's not worth it is if it's taking a toll on you. And if you're finding yourself in a position where you're constantly putting your own feelings and your own needs on the back burner, like I've had friends who've been in relationships with people who just, they were always giving 100 and the person was giving 25%. And they're just like hoping and believing that they're going to change, or it's okay, it's okay.
But at that point, are they even trying to mold the person at that time, or they just like, I feel like there's a difference between like hoping someone will change and like knowing that you can change this person into.
But I also don't believe in
molding.
molding. I don't.
It's not even molding. I feel
like
like we use the word molding, but it's not really molding. It's teaching people your ways and trying to get them to get like
meet you halfway,
like your mindset, like the like maybe let's say your mind. There's certain conversations that I would have with my girl that I couldn't have with her back then. You know what I mean? And it's like over time, I wouldn't say I molded her into that. Like I have taught her certain things that I like, the way I like, you know what I mean? And then she learned. Like it's not like she, you know what I mean? So it's like the molding thing is not the right word, but I just use that because it's been,
okay, so I can admit, right? In my old relationship, like my old like long-term relationship, someone I was with for a very long time who was
great,
absolute trash.
Oh shit. Okay.
He was horrible. No, he was terrible. Like I'm not even joking. Like he was horrible.
Okay.
Like that person used to bring out the worst out of me. Like just like I would be like a different person around them because they just triggered something really ugly on the inside of me.
Really?
Like, and like it's like, and that I say that to say that you can be different things to different people depending on what they bring out of you. Because like with my current partner, like I can't even imagine like even raising my voice talking to him.
Right.
Like I can't even imagine disrespecting him in any way, shape, or form. Like I can't even fathom it. Whereas with this person,
like
I could if I wanted to be like disgusting, but it's because that person was just like that person just brought something really ugly out of me because they did so many bad things to me, right? So I do think that it is entirely possible to be one thing in one relationship and be a totally different thing in another relationship. It's possible, depending on who you're with and what they bring out of you.
Right. That makes sense. That's true.
Also, I feel like I've heard and seen a lot more women have that story versus men. And I'll always wonder, because it always seemed like, okay, so you know how you were kind of talking about like,
that's a good thing. I
didn't
think about that.
Kind of talking about how like you're kind of done with the like we'll get to this point, kind of like that.
Growing from scratch.
Yeah, growing from scratch
In the trenches,
but,
going through poverty.
and I feel like
that's why Kimberly be coming at all the men.
no. But like, bro,
she be coming. We're like, we didn't do anything, bro.
Right.
Like,
we didn't do anything. But
somebody did.
I'm about to say somebody.
I know
did,
somebody did,
and
but now
I've heard that story and I've read that book a million times.
We don't have a.
And it seems
group
like
therapy.
It seems like it, but I'm gonna get to the point. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of women, they get into like this, like, I don't know if it's provider, but like savior kind of thing. It's like, okay, well, he has potential. Like, I'll help him get there. Like, we'll get there together. Like, I'll see if I can help him out. But like, the guy has no potential. Like, he's just respectfully,
and
he
he's
just doesn't do anything.
everything
Right, and
out
he's sucking
of
you dry.
But
And then they get to a point where they're kind of like, not where
And
you
then
are,
once
but
you
they're,
come
like,
out
kinda
of
where
that,
you
you're
are.
like, this will
Yeah.
never happen to me again. And you put your walls and your boundaries up so high that like
then nobody can climb it.
yeah, because what
honestly.
coming out of that relationship, I dated for like 4 years before I got into this relationship, and there was like 2 out of those 4 years I wasn't even dating at all because I was like the dating pool is trash, and I would literally be like cut people off after 1 week, after 2 weeks. My friends would have this running joke that like, oh, let's see if he's gonna this. I wonder if this one's gonna make it off the island.
Therapy.
And it's because like, no, shut up.
I'm just
No, it's
I'm just
because
saying it's not even about you. You think therapy is a bad thing? It's not about.
It's not a bad thing.
No. But also, I think she's past that too.
Yeah, no. Because the thing is, what I would do is like I would see. The thing is, when you've been through enough bad
You see certain
relationships,
signs, and you're like,
you know immediately
This
as soon
guy,
as you
hold
see
on.
it.
Okay, no.
As soon as I see the signs,
Bye.
Last one.
you're out of here. You're
Right.
out of here. I don't have time to waste.
Right.
Someone wasted 12 years of my life. You can't waste a second. No one else is wasting 10 seconds of my life. Like, you are out of here, sir.
And
Pack it up.
I don't think any guy, like, I've never heard a guy say that.
No,
Like
I don't
like
think a man
girl
would
waste-
ever let a woman
like
waste
waste-
12 years of their life. Like,
wasting
that's
time?
crazy.
No,
I feel like-
some.
You think
But
so?
it's very rare.
From my point of view, I think it's because a lot of women, they're just more emotional versus like how you said rational with men. For women, it's just okay. Well, like, yeah, like I'm looking at the situation. It's not a good situation. He's not a good guy, but I feel like I can do this, or I think we can do this. Where like guys just like, no, bro, like this is not it. It's not making sense. It's not working out. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm
On to
done.
the next woman.
On to the next one, and we just go.
Yeah.
Because we're not really thinking with our hearts. We're just thinking with our heads a lot more times.
A lot of times.
So
Yeah.
I think with women, that's just the opposite.
Wow. I agree, I think.
Oh,
I think I agree with you.
might be the first.
I have to no, but honestly, at some point, I can't speak for all women. I can only speak for myself. There's a lot of I wish I had like an older woman to like talk to me and walk me through things and guide me. I think if I had someone to be like, girl, wake up, like really tell me some really harsh
But you wouldn't even listen.
You're right.
You wouldn't listen because it's like
it's true. Because
that's how it is. When you're
and
in
dumb
love,
like that.
when you're in love, like
Black
you
is
don't
wrong,
even
boy.
want to hear what anybody.
No,
And
it's
you can
true.
even see, you can't even be telling people that like I shouldn't be in this situation. Like this situation is
I
so
was telling
bad.
all my friends,
But
oh my
at the
god,
same,
he just
yeah,
so
you be
bad.
telling them like this guy is so horrible. I don't like him. But at the same time, you're like ending up with him the next
I'm
night.
about to say,
You're
the
like
same
chilling
night,
with- it's
couple
like-
minutes later.
But yeah, it's like all this
and then
toxic.
text, and then
And
they go
sometimes
back.
some people they can't detach themselves from toxic, from toxic shit like that. Like
and there is you're right, Julian. There is a certain level of accountability that women have to take for allowing men to waste their time, because no one can take from you what you don't give to them. You know what I mean? Like, you are the one who you're the decision, the final decision is ultimately with you. Someone will only be able to do to you what you allow them to do to you. And as women, sometimes we allow men to do these things to us, and we sit around in terrible relationships for decades and we don't leave, because whether it be I'm not leaving because of the children, I'm not leaving because it's already been this many years, or I love you.
That one is the worst. It's like I've already been with this guy for this many years, and like I can't really switch. Like please, man,
Yeah.
you can
And
stop
it doesn't
right
even
now.
make sense.
It's like
No,
you can't
it
even
makes
think
no
about
sense.
being with someone else because you've been with this guy for so long. So you're just
Yeah.
like, I just got to deal with this. And sometimes it's like, oh, I'm already too old to even like try to
I was
even start
24.
afresh. No, I'm not talking about.
No. I'm saying I was 24 thinking that
This
I
is
can't
old.
start over.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm
I was
like,
like, oh my god,
that's
it's already
crazy.
been
But
so
that's
long.
what
I
I'm
can't start
saying.
over
That's
now.
crazy.
bro, that's you
In
can start
hindsight,
over
I
at
was
20, you
nuts.
can start over at 30, 40,
Yeah.
50, whenever
Never
you can
too
start.
late.
I'm about to say,
It's
really
never too late, bro.
honestly.
It's never too late. It's like it's gonna be harder, but it can still be done. Like so, people that have that mindset, they're like, "Oh my God,
glad I
we've
left
been
while I was still
together." What you say?
I said I'm glad I left while I was still hot.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. So I'll just ask you guys one question. Like, have you guys ever had an experience where you like had to kind of mold that person into what you wanted? Let's go, you, Julian. Have you ever had an experience with somebody where you kind of had to like maybe mold or like teach someone, like shape them into like kind of like the ideology or the way you are?
I've definitely had to, like, there's one girl of mine, and it didn't work out because I could only mold her to a certain extent. There was something she was willing to be molded on, and then there was something she was just like, no, I'm not. I'm just not doing it. So like it didn't work out. But I think I definitely have, and it was okay, and it worked out. But again, I think back to what I was saying. They have to be willing to be molded in certain things. If they're not willing to be molded, it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
Kimberly, have you ever had experience?
No, because for me it was more of not trying
Being
to
molded.
mold the person, but
Honestly.
yo, can you leave me alone, please?
Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
for me it was more of me trying to like tell myself like, oh, I can live with this, oh, I can live with that, I can live with this, and I can live with that, and then it like mounted up and mounted up and mounted up, and I was like suffocating under all the things that I couldn't live with, but I was telling myself, oh, maybe I can just learn to adjust. I can just learn to adjust, because this person, there was no molding. No, I knew that there was no molding.
But you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? And we could probably talk about this on another topic because this can go on for like a very long time.
Yeah.
And I can't say I fully understand this, but maybe I do, maybe I don't. Some guys are a certain way with a girl, and they do be a completely different way with another girl.
I just witnessed this.
And
I'm
it's-
witnessing this right now with a friend.
Bro, and it's crazy.
wait.
I
It's
can't
like
stop her business.
you're
but
like
wow.
you're like
men's
no, bro. You just said the same thing about women. Like women.
No, that's true. It's true, but
Yeah,
I'm saying,
exactly.
like-
So don't try to say
No,
men.
but look-
but it happened. No, but men.
Yeah.
I've noticed this. Like some men, they'll be a certain way, treat the girl
Oh my God.
so differently. Like maybe this girl, everything that she wanted from you was just like maybe like one or two things that you could easily just do or whatever, and then you don't
just
do you don't
refuse.
want to do that for some reason, and then your next relationship you do all of that and more, and it's like
Okay,
Well.
the last person I was dating, right?
yeah
He used to give me this bullshit story about how he just did not have the capacity to like see me more, go on dates, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But he was like into me, wanted to see a future with me. Oh, I want to marry you. Oh, we're gonna have kids.
I wanna put a
The
ring on
whole
the
thing.
finger.
The ring.
Not the
And like
ring.
the whole thing, like he,
Right.
he was like telling me like he's super into me. Even when I like tried to break up with him, he was like, no, I don't want to let you go. Like that's how serious it was. But would not like take me out on dates. I kid you not.
On
I
any
broke
date?
up-
I say, what do you mean?
I like he wouldn't. We were together for 4 months and we did not go on one single date.
Did you
So, like,
did you
what-
try to plan a date?
No, because I didn't want. To me, I was like, I didn't want the rejection of planning a date, and because I'm like, if he's saying he doesn't want to, like, or if he's not planning it, like, I'm the type of person like I'm not gonna do it because I don't want you to be like, yeah, no, I don't want the rejection. So like, it was like, oh, if you don't have the capacity, whatever. But anyways, 4 months in, I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this. It was really hard, but I ended it. I kid you not. My friend goes, oh, I saw I almost called his name. I saw what's his face on some dating app.
Exhibit A.
She showed it to me, right? I'm not gonna say what I did, but long story short, I confronted him about it because we just broke out. I'm like, how long have you been on this dating site? Because it looks like you've been on there for a minute. Anyways, long story short, he had gone on a date with another girl right after I broke up with him. So this is to your point. There really are a lot of men who will refuse to do things that you want to do. They have 1,000 excuses, and they will meet another girl
And
the
do
next
everything.
week and do everything that they would not do for you.
Yeah, I never
That's
like.
the reason why.
It's like there's a reason, but
Yes, there has
like,
to be,
that
but
makes
they
no
will not
sense.
tell you. They will just not tell you.
I just can't. You
And
know
it
what?
doesn't
I
make sense.
can't completely put my head around why that is, but I know it happens, and I know it happens a lot. I just can't
Why do you think
right
I
now.
would love
It
I would
has to be-
love to hear from a man.
Yeah,
Why? Because
I
it's
think-
not like they
I'm gonna be
don't
honest.
want you or they don't like you. Like this
they
man
like
was literally
you,
like
but
he would act like if you leave me, I will die.
Right.
So it's not like he wasn't into me, but
right,
like
but it's just
why?
for
But I
some
think-
reason I don't know.
Tell
I
me,
think it's
Julian.
like I think okay, I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I could be
Jillian, let's
wrong.
hear you.
Come on.
But I've been doing some thinking. I think it's just like if you're with somebody
Yeah,
and they're willing to put up with certain things and you can still get by, why would I change? Why would I put an extra effort? Versus if I go with this girl, she's not putting up with none of that. So if I don't do this, it's not gonna work. So okay, I might not want to do it, but in order for me to get to where I'm trying to get to her, I have to do it. Versus if I'm with
no, that
girl
makes
point B,
That makes sense though, but like the thing is, I feel like that can apply to some cases, but that what you
but
just
I don't think it's all of them.
it don't apply
In
to
my
a lot of them
situation,
because
he
it's
was
like
I was like, I'm done. Like I'm leaving.
because let me tell you, like the thing you just said. Before I forget my thought, you just said that like they know in the next relationship, this new relationship that they're in, it's not gonna work if they don't do that stuff.
No. I'm not saying that they know it's not gonna work, but like you're talking to her.
Yeah.
She's literally telling you if you do not do this, it's not gonna work.
Mm.
So maybe they might have to do some things that they didn't do in the past one
Just
because
to
the
get in the
past
door.
right, just get in the door because the past girl she would put up with that. This new girl, she's not putting up with that at all. So he's gonna have to do some things and change how he acts. It's not he wasn't doing it the first time because he was incapable. He was doing it because he didn't want to do it and because he wasn't forced to do it. People do what they want to do, but also if you force them to do things, they will do things if
It's
they
like
really want
It
to.
does make sense though.
Yeah, it's like
It
an
makes
ultimatum.
sense.
Maybe with the next girl, she was like if we're the first time we're seeing each other, it has to be on a date.
Yeah, which
right?
I know a lot of girls that are like that.
Right.
So it's just like, if
Oh,
you
it
wanna
does-
see me,
it-
you gotta take me out. Not it doesn't have to be expensive or anything, but you have to plan something.
Yeah,
No,
not
this
even on
guy
date.
refused
It's
to do
also
it.
like
That's
for
crazy,
example,
though.
like not just that. You can have yeah, but I hear you. But you can have like a situation where like some guy never ever posts his girl, and then you like I see that a lot, and then he's dating another girl,
I'm
and he's
seeing
posting
that
this girl
right now.
every day,
I
every
can't
time.
even tell. Oh gosh, I wish I could
Yo, I
tell
know
y'all.
Kimberly has all this
My
experience.
friend, no, it's
Kimberly,
my friend, and I can't tell her business. But literally, I'm telling you, like I'm seeing this. This whole thing is playing out right in front of my eyes right now. And
Yeah.
it's because my friend just relationship just ended. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, when I tell you, he never brought her anywhere nice. Never spent any money on her. She was always the one spending money. They would like. He never posted her, even when she posted him. And I kid you
even when
not,
she posted him,
it's
That's
been
crazy.
a month
She
since
posted
he's
him?
been with this new girl. A month. Yeah, she would post him. A month since he's been with this new girl. And he posts her every day.
Okay, do you think that he really just being honest? You think he just really didn't feel that way about?
What
That
they
person-
live
maybe he
together.
didn't like her.
They live together, and he
They
was
live
telling
together?
her he loves her.
He-
He was talking about marriage.
Words don't mean nothing. Words
It
don't mean nothing.
doesn't. That's
Words
what
don't
I'm
mean nothing.
saying.
I-
With
So
men,
it's
words don't mean anything. It's
Yeah,
truly
'cause,
action.
like-
No, stop saying with men, bro.
I can't say with women. I've
With
never
people,
dated a
with
woman.
people.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm
Like-
speaking from my own experience.
Oh,
You
yeah,
okay?
but,
Okay,
yo,
but
you
even if
gotta
say
speak for
men, you gotta say
yourself now.
Some men, or say the
Right,
men I've talked
exactly.
to.
No.
men-
What I'm,
Yeah.
okay,
That's
let
not-
me
that's not
explain
all
what
of
I
us.
mean. Let me explain what I mean.
But I do
When
see
I
what you're
say
saying.
with men, words don't mean anything. It's you have to judge their actions.
Even with women too.
What I'm saying, exactly,
With
that is
people.
true. But but listen, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying with all men,
I got you,
their
I got you.
words, they say things they don't mean. What I'm saying is when you're dating
a
men,
man.
you can't only look at the things they say. You have to also judge their actions. And there are a lot of men, I've experienced it too with my current relationship, where everything they say, they match it with their actions, right? And like that's what you have
got
to look
Mr.
for.
Perfect over
That's
there.
not, listen, literally perfect. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about
Yo,
that.
Kimberly, man, she got shout out to what's his name?
Don't worry about it.
Shout out
Okay,
to
okay.
Mr.
I
Perfect.
say, you know who
Shout
you
out to
are.
Mr.
You,
Perfect.
yeah,
That's
you
his
know,
name,
you
Mr.
know who
Perfect.
you are. Shout out to
Shout
you.
out to Mr. Perfect. Yeah.
Good job over there.
He's killing it.
You're killing it, yeah. So, well, that's great. I'm glad that you found a great guy and stuff like that.
I'm glad too, child.
But yeah, like, but anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we kind of covered this topic pretty well, and I didn't even realize the time. It just like went by, and it was like a whole flow.
This topic
and stuff.
is honestly one that could go on and on.
So we could definitely talk about
so
this
many
for-
layers. It's
So many layers.
Very
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
layered.
yeah. There definitely is, bro. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Yeah, guys. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know if you like it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, another thing, can you guys like comment in the comment section? Let me know where you guys find the podcast from. If you find it from like Twitter, if you find it from TikTok, if you find it from Instagram, if you find it from YouTube, I just want to know, because I want to know where to direct most of my attention to, you know? So yeah, that's what I want to know. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Once again, it's your boy, Vic. And we got Julian and Kimberly. You already know these people. They don't need introduction. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for watching, and bye. Bye.
You know what we should do?